Hello everybody, this is John Doe from Today I'm doing a deck profile. Well, actually, it's more of a deck profile review. So, if you guys can really realize it's already an Inzektor deck. But, you know what? This is a special Inzektor deck. This is the World Champion Winner deck. And I wanted to do this deck profile a while ago, but I didn't find the deck profile for quite some time on the internet. And, I kind of forgot about it afterwards, but I finally remembered, and here is what I want to do. This is my review on what the winner, which I forgot his name, Kaito, I think, but I wanted to review what he was thinking. So let's get right to it. We have 21 monsters, 11 spells, and 9 traps. So first of all, we have 1 Black Clover Soldier on the way to beginning, standard. 1 Dark Dragon, pretty good to use. Gores, I generally don't like to use any of those hand traps like Gores or Tragody inside Inzektors, but it was a good idea. However, I feel like cards like Safe Zone and Call the Haunted would get in the way quite a bit, and usually you would have a lot of monsters on the field anyway if you're using Inzektors, especially when we had 3 Dragonflies and 3 Hornets. And then we have 2 Gigamantis. I like to use 1. Now, you probably should just use 1. 2 is okay, but back then, you can OTK much better, so I suppose 2 is a pretty good idea. 3 Centipedes, you should have 3. 3 Dragonflies, I miss you. 1 Sangan, and you can see there aren't any tour guides. Inside the tournament, they didn't, in the OCG, they didn't have tour guide, I don't think, so that's why they weren't allowed to. And I can't imagine what the deck would look like if it was allowed to have 3 tour guides. Also, in the OCG, they also use a Zephyros, which I use now, which is a cool idea, but he didn't use that card either, so that's pretty interesting. He has 2 Hornets, which is actually really surprised me. I didn't expect that, but I suppose if I look at my Dragonity deck, I only have 2 Achilles and 2 of the other tuner monster. I forgot his name, the one that's like good for Dragonity decks. But anyway, I suppose you don't really need this card at 3 back then, but I played it at 3. But easy ways to put Hornet to the graveyard. There was Card Trooper. You can put it to your hand with Centipede. You can put it into the graveyard with Foolish Burial. You can put it in your hand with Pot of Duality. So I suppose he had quite a bit of things, quite a bit of ways of putting Hornet either to your hand or in the graveyard. Then there are 2 Card Troopers, which back then I used to thought this card was a horrible card in the deck, but now I feel like this is actually a really good card in the deck. 2 Ladybugs, which I used to play 2, now I have to play 3. And then finally 3 Effect Failures. Now for the spells we have 1 Allure Darkness, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Monster Reborn, 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, and 3 Pot of Dualities, which I'm not too keen on the Pot of Dualities, really. I don't really think this Pot of Duality really is a great card inside Inzektors because it slows you down, really, in my opinion. It doesn't work really well. I just never really liked it. Sorry, I'm a little sick still. Now for the traps, we have 2 Called Haunted, which I'm also kind of surprised about. He probably should have used 3, but it didn't really matter. 1 Chain Disappearance, which really surprised me, but once I started to think about it, there were a lot of Inzektor decks inside the World Tournament, so I suppose it wasn't that bad of an idea. It was actually pretty smart, actually. 1 Safe Zone, which I probably wouldn't have played. I'd probably actually get rid of the Safe Zone and put in another Call the Haunted. 1 Judgment, 2 Warnings, and 2 Torrentials. And now for the extra deck, we have 2 Gaias, which I wouldn't play 2 Gaias. I don't think it's necessary to have 2, but I suppose it was really useful to have them once in a while. 1 Inzektor Executor, 1 Tyrus, 1 Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja, and 2 Inzektor Executor Stags. Sorry. Now we have Evigishki Marrow Geist, which actually was so weird to me. Like, why would you play it? But then I suppose it was really useful to go over some cards. 1 Roach, 1 Leviathan, 1 Giga Brilliant, which is a good card for the OTK, 1 Levier, 1 Zen Mains, 1 Armory Arm to work with the Effect Filler if you ever want to sync or something with it, and 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Now for the side deck, we have 1 Cyber Dragon to work with the Chimera Tech, 2 Maxis, which is understandable because there are a lot of special summoning in the tournament. 2 Raikos, which is actually a good side card inside the deck because you can mill the Inzektor monsters to your graveyard, and you can pop a card and stop you can stop things, to make their missed timing, like Chaos Dragon, Light Pulsar and Card Trooper, stuff like that. And 2 DD Crows to probably banish the Graphas and the Hornets and the Ladybugs, etc. There are 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 2 really Eternal Rest, and in the OCG, they really knew about Inzektors really well. So this card is actually pretty good because you can completely destroy all the Inzektors, which is, I suppose, a really good card, especially since he was going up against an Inzektor deck at the very last duel. And then we have 3 Rolled Kreis, and then we finally have 1, the Transmigration Prophecy. So overall, it's actually a pretty good deck. In my opinion, I'd probably change a few things. Like I'd probably get rid of Gores. The Gigamantis, I suppose, is good at 2. I'd probably put in another Hornet. Let me see here. Oh, actually, I also put in a Tour Guide. Sorry, I'm gonna be actually changing a few things because I'm OCD like that. Override. Okay, and what else? What else? Oh yeah, Hornet. Hornet, go on. I'd also put this here. I'd probably actually go to the Card Troopers because back then it was a good card instead of having a Tour Guide. But now it's actually really good. But back then you didn't really completely need it, so I'd probably go to the Card Troopers. I'd probably go to all 3 of the Pod Dualities. Really, I don't care about it. The Change Disappearance was a good card, but if I was there, I probably wouldn't do that, or the Safe Zone, and I probably wouldn't play the Tribute. I'd probably put in the Call the Haunted. Well, anyway, this is actually probably getting boring for you guys, me trying to edit this deck. So, let me just skip it all, and that was my deck review of the deck. A few things pretty interesting, few things really didn't like. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the deck review, and I'll see you guys next time. And this was the deck profile of the World Champion from Kaito in Japan, I think. Whatever. I'll probably put his actual deck profile in the description below. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.